I head to bed, there's my charger. It's not long enough for my phone. So I'm on 30% battery. So we'll see how long I can stay. But I wanted to talk about like the news supply, flying monkeys, revenge on the narcissist, whether we should or shouldn't do it. Also, the demonic component of AI and just how people are with different mental illnesses or even just struggles in life. And I'd like to hear what you guys would like to talk about. We can talk about anything. I'm letting my nails dry before I go to bed. Didn't do that great of a job, but you do what you got to do. And it says some of my friends are live. It's asking me to invite them. I don't know how this stuff goes, but so as far as like the demonic component of AI, gotta be really cautious. Joe, you are popping in. Good to see you. I know it's late again. I took a nap after school. I gotta stop doing that. Carlos is here. Hello. So I have to teach to the Chinese kids before I go in for the day, but it's Friday, so I can take a nap when I get home and go live with you guys. I did order stuff for the watermelon thing, and it has not come in. It was supposed to be here Tuesday, so we can do the live chat, like fun thing that I want to do with you guys. But I don't know. Hopefully that stuff arrives before the watermelons go bad. I have 2 of them. And Wasted Time is back. How's it going? And is it, I hate, I'll tell you my trauma. Is it Iaslo or Laszlo? I think it's Laszlo. When we moved in 1st grade, I had to do this reading test. And they brought in this like reader for me to read from, and it was like I, which is like the line, and then N, and so I'm like LN, like what is this? I was a really good reader, really proud of myself, but it was a stick, and I was used to like the capital I's where you cross on top and bottom, and so I'm like, what is it? And they're like, she doesn't even know the word in. And they made fun of me and made me like go in the lowest reading because of it. Like, is that an L or an I? I'm thinking it's an L. Sorry, it keeps asking me to update. I don't want to update my phones. Michael is here, and I'd love to hear how your day was going. I've been kind of struggling with a little bit of a cold. We had a nice little notification that COVID is going around my school. So I don't think I have COVID. Hopefully not, because I have my niece's and my mom's birthday party. She'll be turning what? No way. Hold on. 44. So 81. And hello, Baba Furs. I like your name. Oh, I thought it said, hey, Daddy Mama. What's a Daddy Mama? Baby Mama. I'm not dyslexic, but I guess I was for half a second. Roger is here. Master Payne. How's it going? Gen X Cowboy. Good to have everybody. But look at all that love. So this weekend I am getting my car fixed. And I can be your teacher. Do you know English? I teach English as a second language, so you got to be a foreigner. It was really nice, though. I ran into 4 kids I used to teach at my new school. So they came over from like a charter school into this district, and it was so cool seeing them like 4 years later. You're hot for the teacher. As long as you show up to class, that's all that matters. So Nana to everyone. I love that. We can always be better. Yes, we can always learn. Exactly. There's so many. Do you guys ever think about words? Words fascinate me. I love languages. And just the way that words are put together, created. And if you think about it, all the different like names and the different languages. Like I have a lot of Swahili kids, and it's real interesting the way they put letters together. And just how many words are like, even to try to make up a word right now, it's probably already a word in some language. You're going to stop. You're going to get blocked. You need extra credit, though. Oh, Joshy Josh. Crazy, crazy. Henry is here. It says, encourage your viewers to share the live and invite more friends. But feel free to talk to me. I see you guys popping in. We can talk about, most of the stuff I talk about is like mental health, mental illness, how to have good relationships. I did a post on FB, Cynthia Schiller, Schiller. Feel free to follow me there. but it was about hypnosis. I'm a certified hypnotist, and I kind of struggle with like the religious, spiritual component of that. How do you guys feel about hypnotism? And you can earn the credit after class. Hello, JK. How's it going? Just one on one. And ML is here, but does that really work? I'll tell you what. I think it can. I think it can. I was in high school. Certain people cannot be hypnotized. Most can. And the thing is with hypnotism, you have to have like an open mind. You have to feel comfortable and trusting. And so I was picked by my high school teacher to be on this like panel of like 12 kids. And we brought in a hypnotist, and I'm a burn victim. On my 5th birthday party, at my party, the barbecue exploded and 55% of my body was burnt. I had a fire retardant dress on, so it melted onto me. They had to scrape it off. Big nightmare. And I don't remember. I remember walking up to the barbecue, and then all of a sudden I'm in the front yard in a pink and white towel. You got the fire trucks and the cops and ambulance. So I don't remember the actual fire. I guess I ran, which you're not supposed to do, stop, drop, and roll. But I took off running, and they tackled me. And as they're rolling me out, I have a scar from them banging my head against a tree. So anyways, I was picked, and I wanted to go back to my 5th birthday to remember it. And you're right, JK, stop, drop, and roll. So I wanted to remember it. And my teacher's like, well, you probably don't. There's probably a reason that you blocked it out. And I'm like, I want to. And so anyways, during the like assembly, they had, Abby write like a kindergartner, and she wrote like a kindergartner. They had another kid hold his arm out and pretend there was a balloon under there. And if, like, to do this for 15 minutes, a lot of times people get tired, but he was able to hold his arm out for like 15-20 minutes, just thinking there's a balloon holding it up. And they had him do different things. And then they come to me and they're like, happy birthday, it's your birthday. I want you to go back to your favorite birthday. Now, it's not my favorite birthday, but I'm like, I'm taking this. I'm going for it. And so I pretended, well, this is the thing. I picked to go back to that birthday instead of, my best birthday. And so I see myself in a pink, like frilly Easter dress that the girls wear, like on church Sunday. And I'm going down this tunnel, and at the end of the tunnel, I see a light. And in real life, I know I had like this color, a navy blue dress with the flashlight, stoplight colors, green, yellow, and red pockets. So my mind put me into this like pink dress for some reason, which would have been like my favorite color. And so I see this light at the end, and I start like having heart palpitations. Like I'm like, I don't know what's on the other side of this, and I don't know if I can come back. Is this because you hear like people dying and they see the light go towards the light, and I'm like, am I gonna die doing this? And so I kind of freaked myself out and I snapped out of it, and I just pretended to go through it. I've told that story before, but Gohar, I am doing good. But as far as does it work, it does work. You have to be willing to let go and allow yourself. But the thing that I worry about is, I would use it for good. Not everybody would use it for good. They say that you can't force somebody to do something that they wouldn't normally do. So we had to be really careful because, like, normally I wouldn't, I don't know, let's say attack. I got to watch my words on social media, but let's say normally I would not attack someone. I would not hurt anybody, but they could set it up to where under hypnosis, they create the scenario of, I'm being attacked and this and that, and I have to save my, 3 little babies or whatever. So I go into mama mode. And then I would, which is out of character, but to save your kids or something. So They can manipulate situations to get you to do things. So we have to be really cautious on that. I would use it for good, but it also opens portals. Like, do you guys believe in like demonic possessions? I think there are like the fallen angels, but I also think we have demons that we struggle with. Demons can be things that kind of like ruin your life. Like if you think about good versus evil, that, the drinking opens portals, whether it causes you to sleep in late and now you miss work, or now you have financial struggles, so you're yelling at your wife because of frustration and all these things. It just puts a little seeds. So sometimes these things that seem mild can really cause you to go down this road of destruction, that like the snowball effect. Josh is here. Good to have you. We also talk about the butterfly effect. And, one little thing can completely change the trajectory of your life. I have this one video I teach online as well, and it's like a hurricane class, and they have these little grains of sand. This video is fascinating. I'll have to look it up for you, but it's like how hurricanes are created. And they have this little girl just walking, I think like in Africa or something. She's walking in the sand, and this one little particle gets up into the air and just starts like picking up, and as it goes across the ocean, just turns into like this horrible hurricane that makes landfall. It's just that little grain of salt or sand that got caught up in the wind and started changing just the wind just a little bit. So we have to remember these little things in our lives. Scott, nice to see you. The Hulk. Oh, and I'll tell you what, your place as a black man is the same as just anybody. You deserve, peace and love. And Arian, good to have you here. And I love to travel. I just got back from Europe. Where do you like to go? I'm setting up a trip for us to go to Italy. So if you guys would like to join me on that, let me know. I'll be posting more information on that. Also on FB, Cynthia Schiller, Schiller. If you follow, I'm going to start doing like daily recipes if I can. How am I feeling? Today was a little rough right now. I'm kind of okay, a little stuffy, but thank you for asking. My surgery, if you're asking about my surgery, that's definitely on the upswing. But yeah, I have a little bit of a cold. So I know COVID, you got a notification, my school, somebody somewhere has COVID. I don't think it's COVID, but time will tell. You treat me superior. You like being dominated, don't you? And I bet there's a reason behind that. What do you think about that? Let me see. Let me take some guesses. What's your birth order, Hulk? Are you a baby? You're either the oldest or a baby. Tell me your birth order with your siblings. And then, were you raised by a single mother or grandma even? Tell me your story. Crow is here. I'm interested, the Hulk. We're going to psychoanalyze you. Got a little quiet. He's typing away, maybe. I don't know. But Arian, that was really sweet. Thank you for asking. It could even be the room at my school. That I gotta see a little, because it's like nasal. I've been real tired too, but my sleep schedule's all screwed up. But they're like, yeah, there was black mold in like some of the classrooms, so could be allergies too. Thank you for the follow, Rick. I appreciate that. Summers, I love that. Summers, that's my favorite season. I am not looking forward to winter at all. Yeah, I kind of want to quit my job and buy a travel van and go down to Florida. I'm like at that point. Nick, talk to Hulk for a moment. Okay. I'm waiting for talk to Hulk. Okay. Hi, Hulk. I'm waiting for him to reply. I'm going to dominate you and tell you that you have to answer. How's that? Told you it was typing. I'm the baby. Told you. I knew it. I knew it. And your dad died. My mother raised me. I love beautiful white women. I hope you understand superior white. Goddess, love you. Um, and is your mother white? That's interesting. I knew you were raised by a single mother and that you were most likely the baby. Isn't that interesting how just little things you can pick up on? I'm usually pretty good about that. So if you want me to analyze you, I'd like to do that too. So I'm sorry that your father passed away. Yes, dominant, superior, white goddess. So yeah, I think some of that trauma from your dad. How old was your dad when he died? Because even little like fetishes, that's kind of like a fetish, to want to be dominated. Um, sometimes too, when people get like freaky, there's a reason for that. A lot of times that's a trauma response, or they'll shut down. They'll usually uh, go one way or the other. But, and can you tell me about that a little bit dominant? When somebody wants to be dominated, this is where it's really hard to like talk, but it's usually like the extremes because it's hard to talk because it can go one way or the other, and it sounds like you're making it up, but it's not like the even keel. So wanting to be dominant is either you're breaking free and you were suppressed as a child, or you were always the dominant one, always in charge. Are you a little bit dominant? May I ask, Mark? So being the dominant one is either you always had control or never had it, and you're like, screw this, I'm going to dominate. And a lot of times people can put that into like sexual things, because that's almost like a vulnerability or a power, especially in intimate situations that it's a power. And sometimes too it's the dynamics of you know if you're a man and like your mother was overbearing, you could become dominant over women because you're like, screw this, mom pissed me off, mom was always dominant, I will dominate women. Scott says, are you ignoring me? No. What do I usually talk about? Hi, Scott. Did I miss you? I'm not ignoring you. Oh, I see you now. I'm sorry. Yes. And as you guys know, like for the digital creators, sometimes we get so many messages or we miss it. So yeah, always just send another one. I appreciate that. So no, I don't ignore you guys. That's not where I'm going. Tell me what you mean. Tell me what you mean. And what do you mean a little bit dominant? And I can help you. Sorry. Yes, Arian. Glad your abdomen pain is better. Yeah, today was the first day I stopped bleeding, so that's good. I'm going to end the summer with a beach bonfire. What parts of Italy are? Oh gosh, I'd have to look it up. I will have to let you know. I don't know offhand. I think Sicily though. I'm not. And one I think starts with an R. I'll have to look it up. So what do I normally talk about? I normally talk about like mental health, mental illness. A lot of this deals with like narcissism, and it's kind of like a catch-all because a lot of times people think they're with a narcissist or were with one. It was actually like a sociopath. Sometimes it could be an autistic person. So I kind of expand out where it kind of brings people in because I talk about narcissism, and then we analyze it a little bit more because it's not always narcissism. Sometimes it's misunderstandings or different mental health or even more severe. But yes, Arian, much better. And are you thinking about going to Italy with us? The food's going to be good. Aaron, yes, you can tell me anything. I love to know if I meet a girlfriend in my life lonely. I know, lady, I don't have the nerve to tell her how I feel. She told me she loves me. I said, thank you. You suffer from depression. A lot of times when you suffer from depression, that's going to hold you back. Um, because your body's kind of shut down. It's protecting itself. But we got to be careful. You know how they have that like objects in motion, stay in motion? That the trajectory you go on, in the beginning, it's like healing, okay? It's your body resting and shutting down and focusing on, it's just me right now. But we have to get to the point where we analyze, where's this depression coming from? Or how do we overcome it? Because it will keep us stuck. Do you know where your depression's coming from? Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we have to look into it. It could be a breakup. It could be a loss. It could be self-image or financial. Depression, there are times it's chemical. But if we can rewire our brains, and there are ways to do that. Arian says, yes, most of my friends are Sicilian and Italian. You're from Jersey, New York. Oh, I'd love to talk to you and hear your accent. Your dad's from Detroit, the 313. That's where I'm from, that area. And I used to teach at Detroit Public Schools. Did he go to school in Detroit? Did he ever go to Amelia Earhart? The Italians had a lot of influence on my life, believe it or not. I love hearing that. Yeah, when I went to Europe, there's a girl I want to keep in contact with she's Italian, so it would be nice having somebody who's from there. Maybe you can even see family if you go with us. Larry says, I'm 75, the middle child. Only boy with 2 sisters. Dad died when I was 13. You went to an orphanage? Oh, how do you feel about that? Were you a little hard to manage when you were growing up? Is there a reason? Not that you deserved that, but was it too much on mom? Because she kept the sisters. I'm sorry, that's crazy. That's probably doesn't feel too good. How was your experience at the orphanage? And did you keep in contact? Or did your mom just completely... sometimes, too, it's sad. Sometimes we don't understand why people did it. It might have been financial. It might have been, do you look like your dad at all? Like the facial structure or anything like that? Hi, Penny. So, Mark, tell me where you're going. Tell me where you're going. But guys, feel free to chime in. Yeah, the middle child. Anybody here a middle child? I'm a middle child, but not really, because I'm the oldest girl. So I have an older brother, and then there's me, and then 2 younger sisters. So I do have the status of like an older child because of the girls. So my sister, though, she's like a middle because she's the middle of the 3 girls. And then you add on my brother and I, and then her and I are in the middle. So middle child. But she's thriving. She is like so successful and so happy, so maternal, so perfect woman. Aaron says, and I was a boss. I quit drinking 1992, 32 years ago. You have a 33-year-old on September 19th. You were 25 when I quit. I was in detox 19 times, 16 times from drinking, 3 times a dry drunk. Lots of times I feel I don't belong. And the Hulk, thanks for joining in. And so, what do you mean I was a boss's? I'm not afraid. So Larry says, yeah, my mother was afraid she couldn't handle me. Yeah, sometimes, we don't understand, but sometimes our parents might even think that that was what was best for you, and sometimes too, it could be because she didn't think she could handle you. Were you acting out a lot because of your father's passing? Yeah, because it sounds like he died when you were 13 and the orphanage when you were 14. And sometimes too that, No shame in that, but that was sometimes a acting out because of the loss, you know. Larry says, looks like my dad. You look like your dad. Yep. Hated the orphanage since I lost my freedom and being small was bullied. I'm glad you feel safe talking to me. And hi, Mommy. I took a nap. My mom just joined in. I love you. We have a great conversation going tonight. But yeah, it was probably hard for her. You know, she's grieving and having to raise 3 kids, and boys sometimes are harder. Girls are more emotional, but boys sometimes are a little bit more rough and tumble. But were you still in contact with your mom during that time? And I think that part's hard too, if you were, you know, away from your whole family. And I'm happy you understand me. Yes, I'm here. That's what I'm here for. That's why I try to at least check in at least once a day, see how you guys are doing, develop a community here for us where we do feel safe talking to each other. And I like it if you guys get to know each other too, because, you know, there's a loneliness epidemic going on right now, and it's hard to meet people. You know, you walk down the street and people are not open to even saying hello, or they give you dirty looks. You never know when things are sad or safe. Sorry, I got like things I'm reading at the same time I'm talking. But so, Larry, how do you feel now? Have you overcome all that stuff, or has it lingered? You know, there are times that hi Texas, that the stuff that we go through does linger within us for years. And it's not until we address those things or build up that self-esteem to also give people the grace of understanding that, you know, maybe they thought it was right, or it was too much for them. Aaron says, my mom grew up, all brothers were drunks. They got all in Alcoholics Anonymous except one. He shouldn't have been there. Oh, should have been there. I am in AA thanks to fellowship and spiritual program. I am Catholic. I don't go to church, only for funerals. Yeah. And so I wonder too if she was afraid that you would turn out like the brothers. And no, but we lived in public housing. My friends there ended up getting in trouble, stayed in contact with family, but drifted away later. I think my bipolar has something to do with the way I act. Most definitely. I am medication for that, because bipolar is not a personality disorder. A lot of people sometimes think it is. Dang it, I'm on 15% battery. And you'll have your manic episodes, and you'll have your like mood swings, and I feel guilty not going to church. Tell you what, that's God talking to you. He's telling you, come see me. And I'll tell you what, Mom, if you're still here, my brother had like the best comeback. I was feeling a little sorry for myself. I'm like, why does everything work out for you, you know? And why doesn't God, you know, help me out a little bit? And he's like, because I visit him more. I was like, oh, good point. So yeah, my brother, he's got like a really good life, and not a lot of trials and tribulation, but he does go to church. He was like a youth pastor, and he goes a lot more. So when we feel guilty, I've been feeling that too. I'm thinking about going this Sunday. My friend has a church where they don't start till like 12:30, and I'm like, cool, I can sleep in. That's the only thing that really holds me back from church. But that's God calling on you, you know. And a lot of times too, I think, you know, when we go through these terrible things, it's God, like, he's like, okay, you're not coming to me on your own. I'm gonna crush your spirit and get you to where you need me so you'll get here. And it's like out of love, but it's a terrible way to it's like, can't you just leave a note on my doorstep like, look, I'm serious, come to church? Yes. Oh, okay, you're telling me the different drug names. Okay. Do you take them, or do you ever start to feel good and then feel you can stop? I do feel like I'm emotionally calloused. I love the way you put that. And Nolan's popping in. Feel free to hit that like button. But Emotionally calloused. Yeah, where I love that you put it that way, to where we're kind of hardened, and if you think about, uh, there, like our skin, when we have calluses built up, it's to protect us. I don't know if you guys have ever had this. I taught dance at Arthur Murray's, taught ballroom dance, and we had to wear heels. Well, you didn't have to, but like with ballroom dancing, you kind of do. But over time, during the training class, I thought my instructor was like a wuss. Like, come on, like, quit complaining about your feet. But I started building up calluses on my the balls of my feet, and those can be so painful, so painful. So if you think about it, the callus in the beginning is to protect our feet, but over time it gets to the extreme and it starts being painful. So when we build up these emotional calluses, hi Ashley, that it starts being too much. It starts hindering us. So in the beginning, that callus was to protect you, but over time, it's hindering you, if that makes any sense. So, Phoenix, hey, yo, shall I give a gift? Okay. I would love that. I would appreciate that. That would make me smile. But just like my dance instructor, she had to have those calluses removed, and then she felt better. So we got to do that too emotionally. Hi, Frank. That we got to tear down those walls. And the Hulk says, yes, I take them. Please pray for me in Jesus' name. Sometimes I don't want to live. I broke up with my girlfriend. She was cheating on me after 15 years. Some days I cry because I miss her, the good times. And that's hard. Grief is hard. What was it I heard yesterday about grief? Now, this was about loss. But, okay, so grief, she said, okay, how does she word it? Grief kind of like signifies love. That if you didn't really love the person, you wouldn't have that grief. And because if you truly love the person, that grief kind of stays there. Because it, eternal love type stuff. And, how they also say it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. But I do agree with that, but it can be painful. But we also have to realize what we deserve, and it's okay to cherish those memories. And I get it, going through that grief process. It is hard. But I'm glad you broke up, because that's going to be toxic. You can't trust her. There's a lot of diseases out there. But I'll be praying for you, definitely. And that it makes it more challenging too when you have mental health struggles. And the Hulk is back. My honor, you would get 100 likes in another 5 minutes. Okay. So the Hulk says, yes, I take them. How do you feel? Do you feel better, or is that part of the emotional numbness? Moonshiner, good to have you here. Keep doing God's work. We love you. I love you too. Ariane, I found out I lost a dear friend today. Oh gosh. She was only 48. I got to say goodbye to her mother, who was in her 80s. I didn't get to say goodbye to my friend. It's been a loss of 7 millennials. Oh my goodness, that's so young. Did they expect that? Sometimes, like a cancer or something, or is it out of the blue? Sometimes when we expect it, even though that's really young, it makes sense, but sometimes when it's like out of the blue, it's harder to process because we don't have that time to prepare. Ismail, good to have you here. I'm sorry for your loss. I know I had with my ex, his father was passing away. And I had just come across state, and he's like, please come see me, please come see me. And he was kind of needy because he had a lot of health issues. And I adored the man. Like, we got along like best friends. Like, we really got along good. But I was so tired. Just drove across state, had a little baby with me. She's only, I don't know, around a year. And I just wanted to go to bed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now you want me to drive like a half hour to the hospital and, with the baby. We were just in the car. I'm like, I promise I will come tomorrow afternoon when I'm done with school. Promise, promise, promised. Because sorry, like, I don't even know, like 8, 9, 10 o'clock and at night. And I'm like, I'll just see you tomorrow. And he passed away at noon. I was going to see him at 4 o'clock. So that was really hard. And like I had an uncle that passed away in a plane crash, and he was just at like a graduation birthday party, and I was cordial, said hi to him. He was, one of my favorite uncles, but I had regretted not spending more time with him. But we can't change that. And my meds worked. I noticed I forgot a lot, and I'm hyper. When you're on it, you forget a lot. They hype you up. And Phoenix, here come those likes. You're so sweet. Hi, Will. So it's good that they work. It kind of keeps you a little more balanced. And do you like that feeling? Do you like that feeling? And I wonder if your dose is correct if you're forgetting a lot, though. That part I don't like. And the hyper part might feel good, but does that worry? Do you get real tired too? Or do you struggle to sleep? Do you struggle to sleep at all? And a lot of times, when we go to the extremes, that's when life gets difficult. Whether it's difficult on us, it can be difficult on, oh my gosh, look at all those likes. You guys are awesome. Holy smokes, how'd you do that? That's fantastic. So I'm glad they're working though, but the more even keel we are, more predictable we are, the better relationships we can have. So even when you go through different struggles, if you can, keep your emotions in check. But how are you dealing with the loss though? Are you doing okay, Ariane? How do you do the 100 likes? I'm impressed. That's cool. I don't know how you did that. How did you do that? I didn't think you could do that on I thought you could only do one. On TikTok you can do more than one. And look at Will. Look at those crowns. You're so sweet. Feel free to hit the like button. But the emotional callus, that's really interesting that you say that. I get it. You feel numb. I was talking about dissociation earlier today. Arian says, oh my gosh, my friends passed due to various reasons. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Yeah, it's a little bit of dissociation where you're like, what is going on? I know I'm 55. I was just thinking about that earlier. People my age passing away, And shall I give 100 more? Heck yeah. How do you do that? Yeah. Can you subscribe 1,000 times? The Hulk says, people love being around me. I tell a lot of jokes. There you go. Got to keep things lighthearted. Look it up. I see those crowns going. That's cool. And the cool smiley face. And the hearts. You guys are awesome. Keep it coming. I am working on break. Love, Aaron. You're on break right now? You're at work? Is that what you mean? Oh, don't get in trouble. But if you're on break, then it's okay. So are you doing the midnight oil? Oh gosh, I'm just talking away. It's 1:49 in the morning. I gotta teach the Chinese before I go to my job. Oh, yeah, that's why I took my shower tonight so I can just sleep and wake up I don't know. I want 100 more likes before I go to bed. Let me sleep good. I also noticed too, what do you guys like when you get enough sleep? That makes a huge difference. Before the medicine, I was 6'3", 160. Now I'm 6'3", 250. So I noticed you said the Hulk. So is that a weight gain that you wanted? I know like sometimes people like on lithium will like gain weight. Are you okay with the weight gain? Aaron says midnight shift you on every night. I know I gotta start doing like 8, 9 o'clock instead of midnight. But I'm a night owl. I don't know. I do not do well with daytime. My downtime, my biorhythms or whatever, between 2 and 4 p.m. I get quiet. I work out. I can bench 425. Okay, so yeah, you're a good weight then for being able to bench 425. My ex could do that. Not many people can. I'll tell you that. But that's about what he weighed too. But he's a little shorter, a little lighter, a little shorter. But I can picture you. So, how do you feel when you can't work out? Like if you're sick, he would get like agitated. It was good for him to work out. Aaron says, I want to know when you're on next. I'll be on next tomorrow night, probably around 11 or 12, something like that. And then I got to start doing like 8 or 9 o'clock. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. What time is it where you're at? But that's impressive, Hulk. You have earned your handle. Aw, wait, Turlock? Thank you so much. The Hulk, if you need a strong... Guys, you can get me in trouble with the color. 150, what? You can bench 150? Oh, the time? Oh, who is that? Will, you telling me to go to bed? I don't know if my relationships can get any healthier. You got nice, healthy ones? That is awesome, Eagle. Yeah, if we're with the right people, you know. I am from Michigan and Indiana. I'm currently in Michigan right now. Okay, it's 2:53 a.m. Eastern time. Oh, 2:53? No, it's 1:52. Hulk says, well, you're beautiful. Oh, I love you forever. Thank you. And Crochet Guy. I'm on super low battery right now, so I'll just be on for a little bit longer. Will says, Eagle, I'm up all night. 162. Yes, in Canada. I went to school in Canada for a little bit. 152 here. Eagle says, 2 years and my wife never fight. We might have an argument, but we fix it quick. Yeah, and little arguments are kind of healthy. So, people who never fight, you need those little arguments. Otherwise, you're just people pleasing. And it's like a facade, not getting deep. So I'm glad that you guys work it out. Yeah, because we should have like conversations. It's okay to disagree with each other. But yeah, sometimes those little arguments keep us in check. So good. I'm glad. That's awesome. No arguing. Yes. Discussions are good. We don't always have to agree. You can do that. Agree to disagree. Crochet Guy, I'm doing okay. A little bit of a head cold. Either that or allergies. I don't know. But COVID was at my school. I don't think I have that. Hopefully not, but time will tell. Aaron says, I love listening to you explain things very well for me. Good. I like hearing that. And I try my best. And part of that, too, is like the trauma I've been through. If you guys have been with a narcissist, type amen if you can relate to this, where it gets you hyper vigilant on how do I say this? How, the walking on eggshells. So you analyze everything and try to super communicate. Also, my main degree is in criminal justice. So I study like, body language and patterns of speech. Also with my English is a second language, all the language I learned, and just how important speech is. And so communicating with my foreign students. So I try to communicate as good as I can. The Hulk says, my ex-girlfriend was nice. She had a Polish temper. I still love her crazy ass. And CBCB, good to have you here. Phoenix says, I have a genuine question. Is it bad having a CX? Is it bad? Religiously, we can talk about it that way. Should you wait till marriage? Technically, yes. Is that what everybody does? No. So no, it's not bad having sex, but it really should be in the confines of marriage. And there's reasons for that. Also, it should be heterosexual. There are reasons behind that. The dynamics of our hormones, our male-female hormones. My hair is alive. It's beautiful. Thank you. How do you feel about it? I am Christian. Not everybody is. But, we're missing out. Oh, I froze for a second. Okay, so I froze. So we miss out on the full blessing if we're doing it before marriage. So I had a child out of wedlock. We lived together, got engaged 3 weeks before the wedding. He wasn't ready. Now, I am single, screwed up my life because of it. A lot of trauma because of how things went down. If I had waited till marriage, I'd probably have somebody sitting with me right now. Now, I was blessed with a beautiful child, but life was difficult because of it. So, at that time, he said he loved me. Did he? I don't know. But, it was good while it lasted, but I missed out on the full blessing of like a husband and maybe more children. And so take that into consideration too. Hi, Enrique. Larry says, was married twice from 23 to 26 and from 30 to 47 to the same woman. She was hard to live with, as even her mother said. The next time though, what made you guys get divorced the first time? And so married twice. Are you still married? Or did you divorce twice? You were a slow learner. Do you think it was your fault? Crochet says, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to see you sleep well. Yes, it's time for me to go to bed too. But sleep well, Crochet guy. It was good seeing you. Arian says, hypervigilant. Amen. My speech is so messed up. Thank you. Thank you, because, yes, I had a hard, I even started to stutter for a little bit. Not bad, but trying to find the right words. It fucks with your brain. But to where you would talk in a messed up chronological order because you wanted to make sure you had that hook to get their attention. Like you couldn't just say, hey, I wanted to ask you about next Wednesday if you'd be able to go to the beach. You'd have to say the beach, daughter important, I don't even know, but it was like you couldn't just talk because you were afraid that unless you got to it was messed up. I agree. My grandmother was from Indiana. My grandfather attended Purdue, went to Royal Detroit and Royal Jersey. That is awesome. I actually I tried out on the Purdue cheer team. I didn't go there. I told my cheer story. I tried out at Purdue and Tri-State University. It was Purdue's cheer club, and I got on that team, but that's too much of a drive, so I picked Tri-State University. I should show you. I got my cheer picture up there. I just wanted to cheer, and I didn't even go to the school. Don't do that. I'm just like, when are your tryouts? And I made the team. So Phoenix says my girlfriend cheated on me, used me, and left me behind. And yeah, and they talk about abandonment issues, and it pisses me the fuck off. Sorry, I'm swearing tonight, but um, it's like abandonment issues. Like what the frick? Like that's what happened. Like I didn't have issues, but I didn't like what I went through, Oh, 221, you did it! How do you, look at all those likes. How do you do that? Thank you. 221, that's amazing. 100 more. How do you do that? Isn't it like one per customer? I love it. Larry says her choice to divorce both times. Was there a trigger? Was there something that happened? A lot of times it'll be like some major thing. I'm sorry. Yeah, and that's what sucks. A lot of relationships could be saved, but can I do a Borat impression? I don't know him well. I know who he is. I don't. I've even made Borat the like slingshot bathing suit costumes. I don't know exactly what he sounds like though. Enrique, I'll have to. Yeah, I don't know. The Hulk, I'm 44. This conundrum Spanish woman, Ecuadorian Spanish woman likes me. She's 28. Is that too young? She doesn't speak English that good. Is it too young? Eventually, it'll probably cause a little bit of issues, and it can be good for a while, but I would hate to have her leave you in the end stage of life because she's still a lot younger. So, Sahil, thank you so much. Lots of love going on. It can happen, but what is it? 20 or 25 years difference. It's like 90 or 95% chance of divorce. It's like super high, almost guaranteed. A few make it, but the statistics on 20 years or more is like 90-some percent. So just be aware of that. 3 months unemployment during second marriage. Okay. Yeah, so financial strains. I'm sorry. Aaron says, I love women, only I'm straight, too nervous to ask a woman out. That, a lot of women like me. I like them. I hope to meet women soon, and that's the thing. Good night. Oh, Aaron, I want to talk to you real quick before you go. That's like the learning lesson to build the self-esteem up. This is what you're meant to learn, is how to take rejection. Because if you don't take rejection, you're not going to receive the reward. And it's sad there are women who are rude, but yeah, it's worth it. We'll talk more about that. I don't know if you're still in the room. The Hulk says, okay, thanks, I won't date her. It would be okay in the moment, or maybe for a couple years, but you're going to miss out on the woman who's going to stay with you, is my prediction. So do with that information what you will, Sometimes, having a temporary fix takes away our true blessings. That's why I don't just kick it with people to kick it. You know how people have like space holders that keeps you away from the true blessing, ties your time up. The Hulk says, everyone thinks I'm Puerto Rican or Dominican. Do I look Spanish? Is it because I'm half Filipino? Okay. Yeah, I can see Filipinos do get confused as being Puerto Rican or Spanish. It's a darker coloring. I love that, though. I love that look. Heather is here. I remember you. Feel free to hit that like button. And 2 years. I'm glad you never fight. 152. So, you guys are awesome. Thank you for all the likes. I feel super popular today. But I am going to have to log off because it's 2 in the morning. I could talk to you guys all night, but I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully our little supplies for our watermelon challenge will happen, but lots of love, and I hope to see you again soon, and keep thriving. I'll be here with you guys all along the way. And oh, it says go live for 43 more minutes and I'll reach my stage 2 and live journey. I wish I could. All right, me too. I have to work tomorrow. Yes, Larry, time for some sleep. Good night, guys. I wish I could go longer, but summer break is over. A step further in live journey. I did good though. I did good. I'm getting there. All right, good night, guys. Good night. Sleep well. Have a good day at work tomorrow.